Here are the 85 differences I noticed between the 1990 book and 2023 graphic novel of Babysitter's Little Sister, Karen's Haircut. Karen doesn't say lovely ladies must always have tea in the afternoon. Nancy's lovely lady clothes are changed from blue high heels, white slip, 9 necklaces, and straw hat to red heels, red dress, 4 necklaces, and straw hat. The color of Karen's heels are changed. The girls giggle about their game. The long-standing mirror is replaced with a bathroom mirror. Karen's line, "I wish I was prettier," is changed to, "I wish I looked different." Karen doesn't complain about having loose teeth. Karen's complaints about her looks are moved from narration to dialogue. The bit about Nancy being an only child is delayed for a few pages. Karen says she wants to stop playing. In the book, playtime ends when Mom calls and Karen leaves Nancy's house. The graphic novel gives more of an introduction to Sam and Charlie because Sam appears for several pages. The graphic novel adds a scene of Karen worrying her loose teeth will come out while she's eating dinner. Karen has a loose tooth on top and on bottom. In the book, both loose teeth were on the top, next to her 2 front teeth. When Karen's tooth comes out, she thinks, "I feel even worse." In the book, she taunts herself with, "Ugly duckling, ugly duckling." Karen doesn't complain about how bad Andrew is at playing tag. Hanny invites Karen to play in her room. In the book, they first try to resume the game of tag, only to learn the boys have moved on to another game. When playing lovely ladies, they do not put on hats, gloves, or scarves. "I am not pretty. I am not even cute. I am an ugly duckling," is changed to, "I don't feel pretty. I don't even feel like Karen. I feel like an ugly duckling." Karen doesn't reference her beauty parlor adventure from Babysitter's Club Super Special Number 1. Hanny twice mentions that Karen's hair should be done in curls, and Karen remembers this during her haircut. Hanny doesn't mention curls at all in the book. Hanny wants Karen and Nancy to be her bridesmaids. In the book, she only wants Karen as a bridesmaid. Sorry, Nancy. Karen imagines herself as a bridesmaid and says she can't wait for the wedding. In the book, she asks Hanny to wait until her beauty treatment. The graphic novel skips pages 32 and 33, where Karen goes home and tells everybody about her tooth. When Karen finds the hairstyle she wants, she rips the page out of the magazine. In the book, she cuts it out of the magazine. Hanny doesn't ask questions about the wedding. Gloriana's is much less fancy in the graphic novel. No neon sign, glass windows, or silver door. Mom rephrases her question about leaving Karen by herself in the beauty parlor, so Karen's answer is yes instead of no. Sally does Karen's nails and washes her hair. In the book, an unnamed man washes her hair, while an unnamed woman wraps her hair in a towel. In the book, Karen's bad haircut is a mullet. It's business in the front, party in the back. In the graphic novel, her hair is short, but still large enough to cover her cartoonishly large head. In both versions, Karen cries all the way home. In the graphic novel, she starts crying in front of Gloriana. The graphic novel removes Karen's plan to come to class late to avoid being noticed. A few times, the graphic novel says Hanny doesn't want Karen as a bridesmaid because Karen won't match with Hanny and Nancy in the wedding pictures. That's not in the book. The book is clear that Hanny doesn't want Karen as a bridesmaid because she is ugly. Karen doesn't say she's glad Emily Jr. is a rat because rats are nicer than people. "If I can't look beautiful" is changed to, "if I can't look like Karen." When Andrew asks Karen how she can have a new name, she says, "You can pick any name you want for yourself." In the book, she says, "I just do." Karen says, "I don't feel like myself right now. I don't look like Karen, and I want to feel prettier." In the book, she says, I need to pretend I'm beautiful. Seth asks Karen if she wants to read a book. In the book, he asks if she's finished with supper. Karen got sparkly nail polish from one of Christie's friends. The graphic novel specifies that it was Stacy. Karen describes her nails and name as glamorous. In the book, she uses the word beautiful. Karen borrows her mom's cell phone. In the book, she uses the phone in mom's room for extra privacy. Hanny says, our hair won't match and your teeth will stand out in the pictures. In the book, she says, no way! I only want a beautiful, perfect bridesmaid in my wedding. You are not perfect. The graphic novel adds page 77 where Karen trembles in her room and thinks over the situation. Karen does not try brushing her hair several different ways. Karen wears 10 rings, a necklace, and 4 gold bracelets. In the book, she wears 8 rings, 5 necklaces, and 5 pink bracelets. Karen goes directly to her friends and talks to them, instead of making an entrance and loitering at her desk so everyone can see her fancy outfit. Karen shames Ricky by saying, I am going by Tiffany now, so you may call me that or you can be quiet. In the book, she shames him by saying his glasses make him look like an owl. The other boys don't tease Ricky after Karen shames him. Ricky runs away embarrassed after calling Karen by her new name. That doesn't happen in the book. The graphic novel removes the scene of Karen riding home with Nancy's mother. Karen cries angrily when Nancy gets her name wrong. Karen doesn't tell Nancy that she will call later tonight. When Karen is thinking of a new name, she no longer considers the names Clarissa, Cornelia, and Carrie. The graphic novel removes Andrew calling Karen by her old new name. Karen thanks Nancy for being a friend, even when she has weird teeth and hair. In the book, she says she has ugly hair and ugly teeth. The lipstick is changed from red to pink. Karen gives the kids 2 days to remember the name Crystal. In the book, she gives them a week. When Karen is Gazelle, the problem with that name is the girls don't try to remember it. In the book, the problem with that name is Nancy calls her Gardenia. The graphic novel removes the day where Karen goes by the name Desiree, along with everyone's reactions to her new name. Karen wears hair clips instead of hair ribbons. The graphic novel only shows Hanny's reaction to the new name Chantal. The book shows everybody's reaction to the new name. Hanny isn't there when the older girls are nice to Karen. In the book, she is there and ready with a sarcastic comment. The graphic novel removes the scene where Karen says she's bored and Elizabeth sends the kids outside. Karen likes the idea of teaching Emily Michelle how to play tag. In the book, she thinks it's a waste of time because Emily won't understand. Emily claps her hands and says "da" to indicate she wants to play. In the book, she says "da" and points across the yard at something, which confuses Karen and Andrew. Hanny covers up her bloody mouth with her hand the entire time. I understand why they did that. They don't want to show a lot of blood in a kid's graphic novel. Hanny says, but how am I supposed to marry Scott now? In the book, she says, but now I am too ugly to marry Scott. Right after Hanny says that line, there's a chapter break. In the graphic novel, the chapter break is 3 pages later, after Karen talks to Dad. Karen thinks, sorry you lost your teeth and don't look the way you want anymore. In the book, she thinks, sorry you knocked your teeth out, now you look as ugly as I do. Hanny is not reading a book when Karen and Scott enter the room. Hanny says, so my face will look weird for the wedding pictures. In the book, she says, I'm not perfect, I'm ugly. Karen crosses her arms. In the book, she puts her hand on her hip. It's terrible to think you look ugly is changed to, it's terrible to not like how you look. When you told me I couldn't be in your wedding because I wasn't perfect is changed to, when you told me I couldn't be in your wedding because I looked a little different. I'm still me. Hanny actually says the words "I'm sorry" in the graphic novel, not in the book. She also says accidents happen, as if there was some concern that she knocked out her two front teeth on purpose to get out of marrying Scott. Karen is far more happy with her wedding outfit. "I decided I looked almost pretty" is changed to "I think I look very lovely today. In fact, I feel beautiful." Scott is the only boy in a suit. All of the boys wear suits in the book. The flowers in Karen's hair aren't dandelions. Hanny's mom takes pictures with her phone. In the book, she had a camera. Multiple adults take pictures of the wedding. In the book, it's just Hanny's mom. The graphic novel gives us the lyrics to "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." The graphic novel adds Nancy as a second bridesmaid and adds Scott's brother as a second groomsman. The graphic novel removes the scene of Karen being glad to be back to her normal self after the wedding. The last chapter has a scene of Karen talking to her friends, followed by a scene of kids asking about the wedding. In the book, the second scene happens later in the day at the playground. The kids don't ask Hanny if she got wedding presents. Karen does not consider saying no when Ricky asks to marry her someday. Those are the changes I noticed. The big change is changing Karen's bad haircut from a mullet to short hair. The section where Karen comes up with new names goes by faster because the graphic novel removes one of the names and it doesn't show everyone's reaction to every name. I think that was a good change because it was repetitive to separately list everyone's comments each time. It's clear that they made a concentrated effort to avoid using the words beautiful and perfect, replacing them with looking the way you like and matching in the wedding pictures. In a similar way, they got rid of most of Karen's complaints that she's ugly.